Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Update, my 1000 Day Challenge. This is day 721, so let's get things started. Alright, first and foremost, balance equity remains the same, no change in terms of balance-wise. Like what I mentioned, I'm still testing in terms of experimental trade setup. But if you look across the board in terms of market structure update, we do see some sign of strength in terms of US market-wise. We do see green bullish candlestick on both of them, but bearing in mind they do break into some recent high as well. So that's definitely a good sign. But bearing in mind that because it's more of a steep climb itself rather than a consolidation before a break, that does lead to the fact that there is a higher potential likelihood for a pullback along the way, which is definitely healthy, and that's nothing to be fearful about, in my opinion. All right, if you look in terms of China equity wise, it's a little bit getting more cautious, even though I do think that the long-term bottom is in. But bearing in mind that if we do break this 50 simple moving average for both ASHR and KWEB, that do mean that we have a much more likelihood to retest the recent low itself, which I think mentioned there could be a bottom in terms of the mid to long term perspective in that sense. All right, so that's definitely something to be cautious about. And then finally, for Bitcoin itself, it seems to be highly correlated with S&P 500 and Nasdaq, whereby we are now finding some sort of support at the 50 simple moving average. So definitely across is quite similar to say US and China equities in terms of index itself. All right, so let's see how things goes. Definitely there is a potential for bounce further upwards, because if you look in terms of Bitcoin chart itself, we do see that from over here, the 24K or 28, breaking above this 25K region itself will give a very strong break towards the upside, which is towards the 28.5K region itself. So I do think that if we consolidate over here is actually a very good sign that we could have a very strong swing towards the upside. So that is where that will be very interesting to play about. All right, other than that, in terms of a 4-hour chart, I don't see much of a potential in terms of long or short, simply because of the fact that if we look across here, we could potentially still have a drop towards the downside to retest the bottom over here on the 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hour chart before we have a continuation towards the upside. That's not to say that we cannot continue all the way to the upside, but I'm not seeing the volume in terms of the pickup wise, and that's something that I'm a little bit cautious about. But bear in mind that we see a very nice support along the way at the 20 exponential moving average, even though this some sort of break below it, but we quickly went right back up again above it as well. All right, other than that, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.